Before we begin, I want you to do something very simple, but very important. Look at the clock where you are right now and ask yourself, what time is it in your country? And then ask yourself, am I truly living the life I deserve? Or am I settling for less without even realizing it? I want you to write it down in your mind, or even comment below where you are right now and what time it is. Because this message isn't just for someone else, it's for you. In this exact moment, in your life, in your world, what I'm about to share isn't just motivation, it's a wake-up call. The respect you give yourself today, right now, will determine how your relationships, your opportunities, and your entire life unfold. Some of what I'm going to say might make you uncomfortable. It might challenge everything you thought about yourself. But if you stay with me until the end, by the time this video is over, you will never see yourself, your decisions, or your life the same way again. This isn't just a video. This is a moment, a turning point. And it all starts with a single choice, how you decide to treat yourself from now on. So pause for a second, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, where am I? What time is it? And am I ready to finally respect myself the way I deserve? If your answer is yes, then stay with me, because by the end of this hour, your heart, your mind, and your life will begin to shift in ways you never thought possible. Self-respect is a spiritual duty. Respecting yourself is not something optional. It is a responsibility that you owe to your own soul. Every time you speak harshly to yourself, every time you compare yourself to others and feel less than, every time you allow someone else's words or actions to make you doubt your worth, you are closing the door on the blessings that could have entered your life. It may seem small at first, like nothing will happen if you ignore your own value, but over time, those little moments of disrespect accumulate. They shape your thoughts, your choices, and even the way the world treats you. Honoring yourself is not about pride or arrogance. It is about recognizing that you are a creation with purpose, a soul entrusted to you to care for, nurture, and believe in. When you begin to treat yourself with love and dignity, you send a message to the universe, to the people around you, and most importantly to yourself, that you deserve respect. It is only when you start valuing your own heart, your own thoughts, and your own existence that you can truly give love to others without losing yourself in the process. Self-respect is the foundation of everything you want to build in life. Your confidence, your peace, your success, they all begin from this point. If you do not believe in your own worth, if you constantly allow self-doubt and criticism to dominate your mind, you are limiting your own potential. But the moment you make a choice to honor yourself, even in the smallest ways, your life begins to shift. Opportunities that seemed impossible before become possible. People who may not have treated you well begin to see you differently. Your inner world, the way you see yourself, starts reflecting outward. It is also about small, daily decisions, choosing not to stay in situations that harm your heart, speaking kindly to yourself even when you make mistakes, giving yourself permission to rest and heal. These are not luxuries. They are acts of respect, acts of love, and acts of faith in your own worth. Every step you take toward valuing yourself strengthens your soul, your clarity, and your ability to move through life with purpose. Respecting yourself is the very first step toward living a meaningful life. It is the invisible force that makes all other growth possible. When you start seeing yourself as deserving, when you start protecting your own heart, the world begins to open its doors to you in ways you could never imagine. True transformation begins here, not when the world changes, not when circumstances improve, but the moment you choose to honor the person staring back at you in the mirror. Self-respect unlocks your true potential. When you begin to respect yourself, something incredible starts to happen in your life. You begin to realize that your potential has always been within you, waiting quietly, hidden behind self-doubt, fear, and the habit of settling for less. So many people live their whole lives without ever discovering what they are truly capable of because they never believed they were worthy of trying. They give their energy to others, follow paths that don't belong to them, or shrink themselves to fit into someone else's expectations. But the moment you start valuing yourself, you stop shrinking. You stop apologizing for your dreams. You start believing that you are capable of so much more than you ever allowed yourself to imagine. Respecting yourself is like opening a door that has been locked from the inside. Suddenly, you see opportunities you never noticed before. You hear ideas, feel inspiration, and notice paths that were always there, but you were too afraid to walk down them. It is not magic. It is the result of giving yourself permission to exist fully, to honor your abilities, and to trust your instincts. The more you respect yourself, the more your confidence grows, and with confidence, action follows. And action, small steps every day, turns potential into reality. When you respect yourself, you stop tolerating people, situations, or habits that dim your light. You begin to make choices that align with who you really are. You start to focus on what builds you up rather than what tears you down. Even failures begin to look different. Instead of seeing them as proof that you are not enough, you see them as lessons, as part of your journey toward becoming the person you are meant to be. Respect for yourself allows patience and self-compassion to enter your life. And with these, growth becomes natural, steady, and unstoppable. Your potential is like a seed planted in the soil of your own self-worth. If you neglect yourself, if you speak poorly to yourself, if you constantly put yourself last, that seed struggles to grow. But when you water it with respect, care, and belief in your own value, it begins to sprout. You notice talents you ignored, strengths you overlooked, and dreams that felt too far away start to feel closer. Every decision you make in honor of yourself becomes a step toward unlocking your full potential. It is not only about big achievements. It is about the way you carry yourself, the way you speak to yourself, the way you allow yourself to dream, and the courage to pursue those dreams, even when it feels uncomfortable or scary. Respecting yourself means you refuse to let fear or self-doubt control your life. It means saying, I am capable, I am worthy, I can rise above challenges and grow into the best version of myself. And the truth is, once you start doing this consistently, you begin to inspire others without even trying. Your energy changes, your mindset shifts, and the life you once thought was out of reach slowly begins to unfold before you. Your true potential was never lost. It was simply hidden behind layers of neglect, fear, and the habit of undervaluing yourself. Respecting yourself is the key that lifts those layers, allowing your gifts, talents, and dreams to finally come into the light. And when you reach that point, you will understand that the life you always wanted was never about luck or circumstances. It was about the respect you chose to give yourself every single day. The words you speak to yourself shape your life. The words you speak to yourself are far more powerful than most people realize. Every thought, every sentence you quietly repeat in your mind has the power to shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not good enough, that you will never succeed, or that you are unworthy of love and happiness, these words become a quiet chain that holds you back. You may not see it immediately, but over time, they shape your choices, your confidence, and even the opportunities that come your way. What you say to yourself is like planting seeds in the soil of your mind. If you plant negativity, doubt, and criticism, that is what will grow. If you plant kindness, encouragement, and belief in your own worth, that is what will flourish. Many people underestimate the simple act of speaking kindly to themselves. They may nurture others, uplift friends, or encourage family members, yet the voice they use on themselves is harsh and unforgiving. The truth is, no one can empower you more than you empower yourself. Your words are the foundation of your inner world. They shape your mood, your confidence, and your ability to act on the dreams you have been hesitant to pursue. When you start treating yourself with the same gentleness, care, and love you give to others, you begin to see life differently. You notice opportunities instead of obstacles. You feel courage instead of fear. You act decisively instead of hesitating endlessly. Speaking kindly to yourself is not about ignoring mistakes or pretending everything is perfect. It is about acknowledging your human imperfections while still believing in your worth. You can say, I am learning, I am growing, I am worthy of happiness, even when life feels heavy or challenging. These words act like a shield, protecting your mind from the doubts and criticisms that would otherwise weaken you. Every time you speak to yourself with love, you reinforce your confidence and nurture your inner strength. The difference between people who achieve their dreams and those who remain stuck is often the way they talk to themselves. One person faces challenges and says, I can do this, I am capable, I will find a way, and they move forward. Another person faces the same challenge and says, I'm not ready, I can't handle this, I will fail, and they remain stuck. Your inner dialogue is the quiet force that guides every decision, every relationship, and every action you take. Imagine waking up every day and choosing to speak to yourself with respect and encouragement, saying things like, I am enough, I am strong, I am learning and growing every day. Is not just positive thinking. It is creating a reality where your confidence, courage, and self-worth grow naturally. Over time, these words shape the way others see you as well. When you respect and believe in yourself, people begin to respond to that energy. They treat you differently because you have taught them through your own voice and actions what you deserve. The words you speak to yourself are a reflection of the life you allow yourself to live. When you choose words that honor your worth, you create a life filled with possibility, courage, and peace. When you neglect this, the world will reflect your self-doubt and fear back to you. The power to change your life begins with the sentences you whisper to yourself every day. Choose them wisely. Choose love, respect, and belief in your own incredible value. Once you begin, your inner world transforms, and slowly, effortlessly, your outer world begins to follow. Boundaries are acts of self-respect. Learning to set boundaries is one of the most important ways to respect yourself, yet so many people struggle with it. They worry about disappointing others, being judged, or being seen as selfish. The truth is, saying no or protecting your time and energy is not selfish. It is one of the kindest and most necessary acts of self-respect you can practice. Every time you allow people or situations to drain your energy, disrespect your values, or cross the limits of your heart, you are telling yourself, even silently, that your own needs and your own worth are not important. But nothing could be further from the truth. Boundaries are the invisible lines that define your life, your energy, and your peace of mind. They are not walls to shut people out. They are protections for your heart. When you set limits on what you will accept from others, you are making a statement, I am worthy of respect. I am deserving of peace. I will not allow anything or anyone to diminish my value. It may feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you are used to always putting others first. But every time you honor your boundaries, you are strengthening your self-respect, your confidence, and your ability to make choices that serve your growth and happiness. Many people confuse boundaries with unkindness, but in reality, boundaries are the opposite of harm. They are a form of protection for everyone involved. When you clearly define what is acceptable in your life, people around you know how to treat you, and relationships begin to improve naturally. You stop attracting toxicity, manipulation, and unnecessary stress. Your life becomes calmer, your mind clearer, and your heart lighter. Boundaries are not just about saying no to others, they are also about saying yes to yourself, saying yes to your peace, your goals, and your emotional well-being, saying yes to the life you deserve. Boundaries also help you grow in ways you could never imagine. When you protect your time and energy, you give yourself space to think, reflect, and focus on what truly matters. You create room to pursue your dreams, nurture your talents, and strengthen your character. Without boundaries, It is easy to feel lost, exhausted, or overwhelmed, as if life is happening to you instead of through you. But when you honor your own limits, you are able to step fully into your power and make choices with clarity, confidence, and intention. It is important to remember that boundaries are not a one-time act, they are a daily practice. Every day, life will test your limits, whether through people, situations, or your own doubts. Every time you choose to respect yourself over pleasing others or avoiding conflict, you grow stronger. You learn that self-respect is not negotiable. You learn that your time, energy, and heart are precious, and no one has the right to diminish them without your permission. The beautiful truth is that setting boundaries does not push people away. It attracts the right people into your life. People who respect your limits, honor your values, and appreciate your worth are drawn to the strength and clarity you radiate. Boundaries transform not just your life, they transform your relationships, your opportunities, and the way the world responds to you. Respecting yourself through boundaries is one of the most powerful choices you can make. It tells yourself and the world that your heart matters, your peace matters, your dreams and your happiness matter. And the moment you begin to honor these invisible lines, everything in your life begins to shift in ways you never thought possible. Self-care is spiritual care. Taking care of yourself is not a luxury, and it is not selfish. Many people think self-care is indulgent or unnecessary, especially when life feels busy, stressful, or full of responsibilities. But the truth is that self-care is one of the most important ways to honor the life and the soul that has been entrusted to you. When you neglect yourself, you are telling yourself, even if silently, that your well-being, your energy, and your happiness do not matter. But you were given this life and this body for a purpose. And respecting yourself includes taking care of every part of yourself, physically, emotionally, and mentally. Self-care is not only about comfort, it is about preservation, protection, and growth. It means listening to your body when it is tired, giving yourself permission to rest, eating foods that nourish you, moving in ways that strengthen you, and protecting your mental and emotional space from negativity. It means giving yourself moments of stillness, reflection, and clarity. Every time you do these things, you are reinforcing the message that your life, your heart, and your soul are valuable. You are teaching yourself that you matter, that you are worthy of love, and that your energy is precious. Caring for yourself also strengthens your ability to serve others and pursue your goals. When you are drained, overwhelmed, or emotionally exhausted, it becomes impossible to show up fully in life, to be present for others, or to follow your dreams. But when you prioritize your own well-being, your energy multiplies. You can focus better, think more clearly, and approach challenges with strength and patience. Self-care is a foundation, a support system, and a shield that allows you to navigate life with confidence, courage, and clarity. Many people underestimate the connection between self-care and personal growth. The reality is that when you nurture yourself, your mind and soul are free to dream, create, and achieve. You notice opportunities you would have otherwise ignored. You find solutions to problems more easily. You experience life more fully because your heart is not clouded by exhaustion, resentment, or neglect. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is an essential investment in every area of your life. It is also about small, consistent actions. Waking up with intention, choosing to speak kindly to yourself, giving yourself permission to rest, taking time to reflect or journal, and nurturing your emotional well-being are all acts of self-respect. These moments may feel small, but they accumulate into profound change. They reshape your thoughts, your confidence, and the way you experience life. Over time, self-care becomes not just a routine, but a habit that protects your heart, strengthens your soul, and enhances your entire life. Caring for yourself is deeply spiritual because it honors the life and soul you were entrusted with. When you nourish your body, mind, and heart, you are not only creating energy and strength for yourself, you are acknowledging that you deserve peace, joy, and fulfillment. Self-care is the quiet act of loving yourself in the most profound way. It is a commitment to your well-being that allows you to step into your full potential, create a meaningful life, and radiate positivity and strength to everyone around you. The moment you begin to care for yourself consistently, your life begins to change. You notice that your decisions are wiser, your energy is higher, your relationships are healthier, and your confidence is stronger. You feel more aligned with your purpose, more capable of achieving your goals, and more connected to your own heart. Self-care is not indulgence. It is the very act of respecting and honoring yourself. And when you treat yourself with that level of love and care, everything in your life begins to transform. Protect your time and energy. Time and energy are two of the most precious resources you have, yet so many people give them away freely without realizing their true value. Every moment you spend on negativity, gossip, unnecessary stress, or people who drain your spirit is a moment lost. Lost from your growth, lost from your peace, lost from the life you could be creating. Most of us live as if time is unlimited, but the truth is it is not. Every hour, every minute, every choice matters, and the way you protect your time and energy shapes the course of your life. Respecting yourself means understanding that your time and energy are sacred. It means knowing that you cannot pour from an empty cup. When you constantly say yes to everyone else, neglect your own needs, or engage in things that leave you feeling drained, you are quietly telling yourself that your life and your potential are less important. But the reality is that how you use your time and where you invest your energy directly affects how your life unfolds. Every choice you make in protecting your focus, your peace, and your heart brings you closer to the life you deserve. Protecting your time is not about avoiding responsibilities or being selfish. It is about prioritizing what truly matters. It is about creating space to pursue your goals, nurture your passions, and build the life you dream of. When you set limits on what you allow into your day, you are not only respecting yourself, but you are also creating the freedom to think clearly, act intentionally, and move forward without being weighed down by unnecessary distractions. The energy you save by saying no to what does not serve you becomes the energy you need to say yes to what truly matters. Energy is just as important as time. Every thought you entertain, every conversation you engage in, and every relationship you participate in consumes energy. When you are around people who are negative, critical, or unsupportive, your energy is drained. When you allow yourself to be pulled into unnecessary drama or stress, your focus is scattered and your inner peace is disturbed. Protecting your energy means choosing wisely where you spend your time and attention. It means surrounding yourself with people, environments, and activities that uplift you, inspire you, and help you grow. It is also about being intentional with your boundaries. Saying no does not make you unkind, it makes you wise. Protecting your time and energy allows you to create space for growth, rest, reflection, and action. It is a daily choice to honor yourself, to preserve your peace, and to nurture the life you want to live. Every small decision adds up over time. Every moment you guard your energy becomes a building block for your future happiness and success. The beauty of protecting your time and energy is that it transforms every area of your life. Your relationships improve because you only invest in those who value and respect you. Your productivity increases because your focus is no longer scattered. Your mental clarity deepens and your emotional well-being strengthens. Life no longer feels like a constant struggle or a chaotic series of obligations, but a path that you navigate intentionally with purpose and calm. When you truly understand the value of your time and energy, you realize that you cannot afford to give them away carelessly. Every choice you make in protecting these precious resources is a declaration of self-respect. It tells yourself and the world that your life, your peace, and your dreams are worth prioritizing. And the moment you begin to do this consistently, you will notice subtle but powerful changes. Your days become more focused, your heart feels lighter, your confidence grows, and your life begins to align with the vision you hold for yourself. Protecting your time and energy is not just a practical habit, it is a spiritual practice. It is a way of honoring the life, the mind, and the soul that were entrusted to you. When you invest your energy wisely and guard your time fiercely, you create the conditions for growth, happiness, and fulfillment. And over time, this simple practice becomes a foundation for a life of peace, clarity, and limitless potential. Self-respect transforms your relationships. When you begin to respect yourself, everything around you begins to change, including the people you allow into your life. Relationships are mirrors. They reflect how you see yourself and the value you place on your own heart. If you tolerate disrespect, settle for less than you deserve, or allow negativity to dominate your interactions, those patterns will continue to repeat. But the moment you start honoring yourself, setting boundaries, and valuing your own well-being, the dynamics of your relationships begin to shift in ways that feel almost effortless. Self-respect transforms the way you interact with others because it changes the energy you carry. When you respect yourself, you are no longer desperate for approval or validation. You no longer seek love, acceptance, or attention from people who are unwilling or unable to give it. Instead, you attract relationships that are healthy, balanced, and supportive. People respond to the energy you emit. And when your energy is grounded in self-worth, clarity, and confidence, you naturally draw in the right kind of people, those who uplift you, inspire you, and treat you with the care and respect you deserve. This transformation does not mean you become distant, cold, or unkind. On the contrary, respecting yourself allows you to show up fully and genuinely in every relationship. You are able to give love without losing yourself. You are able to care for others without sacrificing your own peace or compromising your values. You are able to communicate your needs clearly, express your emotions honestly, and maintain healthy boundaries, all without guilt or fear of judgment. Many people stay in relationships, friendships, or even work environments that drain them because they do not fully understand the connection between self-respect and healthy interactions. They worry about confrontation, rejection, or appearing difficult. But the truth is that when you honor your own worth, you are not pushing people away. You are creating space for respect, balance, and mutual understanding. Those who truly belong in your life will adjust, respect, and value you more deeply. Those who cannot will naturally distance themselves, leaving room for the right people to enter. Self-respect also transforms the way you handle conflict and challenges in relationships. When you have a strong sense of your own value, you do not react impulsively, seek revenge, or allow yourself to be controlled by others' negativity. Instead, you respond with calm, clarity, and confidence. You choose actions that align with your values rather than being driven by emotion, fear, or the need for approval. This not only protects your heart, but it also strengthens your relationships, allowing them to become more honest, meaningful, and fulfilling. The beauty of self-respect in relationships is that it empowers you to love freely without dependency. You give love, attention, and care because you want to, not because you need to prove your worth or seek validation. You create bonds that are based on mutual respect, understanding, and shared values. You no longer attract or tolerate people who diminish your energy or take advantage of your kindness. Instead, you attract people who value you, respect your boundaries, and encourage your growth. Over time, the ripple effects of self-respect are profound. Your interactions become lighter, more joyful, and more intentional. You communicate with honesty and clarity. You surround yourself with people who inspire and uplift you. You notice less drama, less unnecessary stress, and more peace, support, and positivity in your life. The way the world responds to you changes, not because you demand it, but because you first treated yourself with the respect you deserved. Respecting yourself in relationships is not a one-time act. It is a lifestyle. Every choice you make, every boundary you set, every act of self-kindness reinforces your worth. And as you consistently honor your heart, your life becomes a reflection of the respect you have cultivated within yourself. Your relationships improve, your environment becomes healthier, and your energy is protected, leaving you free to focus on your growth, happiness, and purpose. Gratitude strengthens self-worth. Gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to strengthen your sense of self-worth. When you take the time to truly notice and appreciate the blessings in your life, your strengths, your achievements, the people who care for you, and even the challenges that teach you lessons, you are sending a message to yourself. I matter. My life matters. My journey matters. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing or lacking to what is present, valuable, and worthy of acknowledgement. It reminds you that your existence has purpose, that your efforts are not wasted, and that your heart, mind, and soul are deserving of care, respect, and love. Many people underestimate the role of gratitude in building self-respect. They focus on what they don't have, the opportunities they missed, or the mistakes they've made, and they forget to honor themselves for simply showing up, doing their best, and moving forward. But when you pause, reflect, and give thanks for the life you have and the person you are becoming, you start to see your value in a completely new way. Gratitude becomes a mirror, reflecting back the beauty, strength, and resilience that already exists within you. Practicing gratitude is not about ignoring difficulties or pretending everything is perfect. It is about acknowledging that even in challenges, there are lessons, growth, and opportunities to become stronger. Every hardship you face, every mistake you make, and every obstacle you overcome adds to your worth. By being grateful for your journey, you honor yourself for enduring, learning, and continuing to move forward, even when life feels heavy or unfair. This act of recognition strengthens your confidence and fortifies your belief in your own value. When gratitude becomes part of your daily life, it changes how you interact with the world. You become more patient, more kind, and more centered. Your relationships improve because you approach others with appreciation rather than judgment. Your decisions become clearer because you see what truly matters, what nurtures your growth, and what aligns with your values. Gratitude allows you to celebrate the small victories, the quiet progress, and the subtle moments of joy that might otherwise go unnoticed. Moreover, gratitude transforms the way you see yourself. Instead of focusing on flaws, shortcomings, or what you perceive as weaknesses, you begin to recognize your unique qualities, talents, and contributions. You start to value your efforts, your resilience, and the courage it takes to keep moving forward. Every morning, you take a moment to acknowledge your blessings, your growth, and your strengths. You are reinforcing the belief that you are worthy, capable, and deserving of a full, meaningful life. The power of gratitude is that it creates a positive cycle. The more you notice and appreciate the good in your life, the more confident and empowered you feel. The more confident you feel, the more opportunities you attract. The more opportunities you embrace, the more reasons you find to be grateful. It is a gentle yet profound way of building self-respect from the inside out. Gratitude does not just improve your mood, it reshapes your entire perspective on life and yourself. Ultimately, gratitude strengthens self-worth because it reminds you that your life matters, that your journey is valuable, that your presence, your choices, and your growth are meaningful. When you practice gratitude consistently, you begin to see yourself as someone worthy of love, happiness, and fulfillment. You stop seeking validation from others because you have learned to honor, celebrate, and respect yourself. And as you live from this place of appreciation, your life naturally begins to reflect the beauty, abundance, and respect that you have cultivated within. Now, take a moment, breathe, and let everything you've heard sink in. Today, you've discovered something that most people never truly understand: the way you see yourself, the respect you give yourself, and the love you show your own soul is what shapes your entire life. Remember, nothing outside of you can give you what only you can give yourself. Your peace, your confidence, your happiness, your dreams, they all begin with one simple yet powerful choice: to honor the person staring back at you in the mirror, to value your own heart, and to protect your energy, your time, and your soul. The lessons we explore today are not just ideas, they are a roadmap to a life where you feel empowered, worthy, and unstoppable. When you respect yourself, speak kindly to yourself, nurture your heart, and protect your energy, everything changes. Your relationships improve, your mind becomes clearer, your opportunities expand, and your heart finally finds the peace it has been seeking. I want you to leave this video with one promise to yourself: that from this moment forward, you will honor your worth. You will no longer settle for less than you deserve. You will no longer allow negativity, doubt, or fear to dictate your life. You will carry yourself with dignity, speak to yourself with love, and live in alignment with the incredible value that already exists within you. The world will notice the difference. Your life will shift in ways you can't even imagine. And every day, every choice, every action you take will be a reflection of the respect you have decided to give yourself. So stand tall, protect your heart, speak kindly to your soul, honor yourself, and watch as your life blossoms in ways you never thought possible. This is your life, your journey, your moment. Respect yourself, because when you do, everything else begins to follow. And remember, the choice is yours, always yours. Make it count.